Dear learners, in this session we will deal with solubility of liquids in liquids. In order to consider the solubility of liquid in liquid, the most preferred terminology will be the miscibility. So I will refer the word miscibility in liquids. During this presentation, our focus will be on the concept of miscibility and how this miscibility concept allows classification of liquid-liquid systems into completely miscible, partially miscible and immiscible systems. Let's see one by one. First of all, miscibility. The solubility of one liquid in another liquid may be complete or partial. For example, you are having alcohol and water. When you are mixing alcohol and water, they can get mixed by any proportion. Whereas if you are dealing with oil and water, then a single drop of oil and multi molecules of your water are not miscible with one another in any proportion. So, miscibility refers to the ability of liquid to completely dissolve in another liquid material. So if you are having two materials and they are forming homogeneous mixture upon mixing, then you are saying that they are miscible with one another. Like any other solubility phenomenon, miscibility does depends on the force of attraction between the two different liquid molecules. The rule of thumb, like dissolve like, means that liquids with similar molecular structure in a particular similar polarity will likely dissolve in each other. Let me show the concept of completely miscible system, partially miscible system and immiscible system. As the summarized format, if you are having a test tube which occupies some amount of water and you are having second liquid as oil. Now as an individual entity, if you are observing water and if you are observing oil and both are forming a homogeneous mixture, then you can say that both are miscible with one another. But if you are mixing these two and they are forming a boundary line between them, means both are not miscible with one another. Here, when I am pouring that drop of oil in the blue colored liquid, then you can easily observe yellow colored oil surface and blue colored water surface, means both are immiscible with one another. But to the system which is immiscible, if I am changing concentration, if I am applying pressure or if I am applying some amount of temperature, then the chances may generate that for the time being these two liquid will become miscible with one another, and such kind of systems are known as partially miscible system. So in summarized case, you can have these three different diagrams which easily justifies the concept of completely miscible systems, partially miscible systems and immiscible systems. Let's see one by one. The first one is completely miscible systems. These are the types of systems consist of liquid pair. For example, here you are having two liquids. One is your water and second one is yellow colored liquid. So you are saying that these two liquid pairs are completely miscible with each other in all proportion, as the third glass, the larger one, gives you homogeneous mixture which is completely yellow colored. So what it indicates? It indicates that the water in first glass and second liquid, oil yellow colored liquid in second glass, when they gets mixed, then you can have a complete mixture, yellow colored mixture, means these two are completely miscible. The layer, as like your immiscible one, earlier one, a distinct layer between these two liquids will not form when you have solution that is labeled as miscible one. And this class of liquid represents complete miscibility of polar and non-polar solvent mixed in all the proportions. If you are taking 1 ml of water and 10 ml of yellow colored liquid, or vice versa, you are taking 10 ml of water and 1 ml of yellow colored liquid. So by the any means, if you are having polar and non-polar solvents and you are mixing them in any proportion, that will form you a complete miscible system, and thus these kind of systems are also known as binary systems. Now, the complete miscible systems are furthermore considered as ideal solutions and real solutions. The details about ideal solutions and real solutions will be explained in further session about Raoult's law. But in summarize, I want to tell that the ideal solutions are the homogeneous mixture of liquid substances that has physical properties linearly related to the properties of the pure components, whereas that is not true in case of real solutions. In case of the real solution, vapor pressure can be more or less than the sum of partial pressure of individual components. So, they are deviating from their ideal behavior. Thus, they are also known as non-ideal solutions. So, it will give you the complete miscibility approach, which is not forming a distinct layer between two liquids. When it comes about partially miscible systems, for example, here you are having blue colored water and now you are pouring few drop of yellow colored oil into the one. The first glass shows you that there is a distinct boundary line which is segregating your yellow colored oil and blue colored liquid. But a liquid system is said to be partially miscible when the two components of the system forms two layers after mixing, but their mutual solubility in one another is limited. They are miscible with one another. Yes, they do. They are miscible in fixed proportion. In some extent, these two liquid phases becomes homogeneous with change in temperature, as shown in the second glass. That if I am applying some amount of temperature to the first glass, then yellow colored oil will get miscible into the blue colored water. The temperature at which partially miscible liquids are mutually soluble in one another, that temperature is called as miscibility temperature. When you are plotting the condition of pressure and temperature under which these two or more physical states can exist in dynamic equilibrium, that graphical representation is called as phase diagram. The detail or of phase diagram we will discuss in the next session associated with phase rule. But the temperature, when you are trying to make them miscible from immiscible, the temperature at which these two immiscible liquids become miscible to form a single homogeneous layer, that temperature is called as critical solution temperature, that is your CST. The maximum temperature at which two liquids become miscible is called as upper consolute temperature, whereas the minimum temperature at which these two layers becomes miscible is called as lower consolute temperature. At any temperature above the critical solution temperature, partially miscible liquids are miscible in all the proportions. Means when you are experiencing them at the temperature above their critical solution temperature, then these partially miscible liquids are miscible. Whereas in some cases, the mutual solubility of these two partially miscible liquid systems decreases. Now moving forward to the immiscible liquid system. Now suppose you are having yellow colored liquid and white colored liquid, as like your earlier yellow colored oil and colorless water. A liquid system is said to be immiscible when these two components do not mix at all at any proportion. For immiscible system, the interaction between the two different styles of molecule, the yellow colored and the colorless one, are worse than the interaction between both types of the like molecules. Means if I am mixing yellow colored with yellow colored oil or colorless water with colorless water, then I will get miscibility because they are like molecules, and as a thumb rule, like dissolves like. But here some of the characteristics are varying and not allowing them to mix with one another. If I am stirring them together, then one liquid will become dispersed as a droplet in the second liquid, which forms a continuous phase. Remember, it will only disperse into the second one, and as I am removing that stirring, again it will form a layer as a distinct one, the yellow colored and the colorless one. When two immiscible liquid phases are brought into contact, the following three events may occur. The events are your adhesion, cohesion, and spraying. Either they will result into adhesion, that is, they will come in contact with one another, they may result into cohesion, or it will result into the spreading one. The work of adhesion presents the energy that appears when the two surfaces are formerly in contact but they are separated, and each of them establishes a contact with a third phase. Means, as shown in diagram, if you are having yellow colored liquid and colorless liquid, and the work of adhesion between them is the energy that is appearing at their surfaces. Similarly, the work of cohesion presents the energy that is required for doubling the interface area. Means the yellow colored one and colorless one, so the sufficient energy for attraction between their like molecule will follow the energy required for dispersion of liquid-liquid phase into a heavy liquid phase. That is, that amount of energy is needed for emulsification, which will result into increase as the interfacial tension. And the third one is your spreading. The work of spreading presents the energy that appears when emulsified light liquid phase droplets contacts the heavy liquid phase. So the interface allows them to spread over one another. Means I am having a colorless liquid, and over this colorless liquid I am sprinkling the yellow colored liquid. Then instead of adhesion or cohesion, there will be the difference in the work of adhesion and work of cohesion, which is allowing that second liquid to spread over the first one. So this was about your completely miscible systems, partially miscible systems, and immiscible systems. Thank you.